And since then, I consistently get texts from her being like, holy shit, like it was like magic what we did, because I'm consistently getting things. I'm now doing this huge conference that's like for a women's event that's super cool. I'm getting all these opportunities that I wasn't even looking for. I always thought would be awesome to do, but now they're showing up. And she's doing bigger and better weddings, and she's getting clients that are like, hey, I want you to totally experiment and totally trust her, right? It's like getting the right clients. It's these dream clients that she told me in our first meeting who she wanted to work with. Now they're here.
Welcome to Side Note, the podcast, where we explore the intersection of business and intuition. I'm your host, Samantha Fackler, a Fortune 100 marketing advisor turned leadership coach who has worked with over 100 companies across 13 years and counting. And yes, I also keep crystals on my desk. I love astrology, and I'm a trained Reiki master. So I see the connections that other people miss. Join me for conversations that'll change how you think about business, life, and everything in between.
Welcome to today's episode. I am sharing everything you need to know about the Brand Edit, which is my 4-week high-touch group program that is all about breaking through the market. When I say break through the market, what do I mean? Well, I want you to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, are you seeing consistent demand come through to your business? Do you have consistent leads on a daily or weekly basis? Do you have consistent people asking for your services at the intervals that you need them to? Is your capacity full? Okay. Question 2, are you seeing the opportunities that you are looking for? Maybe you want to speak more. Are you seeing speaking opportunities come in? Are you seeing brand partnerships that you want come in? If not, you have not broken through the market, right? Some people call this product market fit. I think that can be really confusing and people don't always understand what that means. So think of it as breaking through the market. In order to do that, you need to unlock your specific, unique code. Every single business has a code. This code has many different parts that go into it, and you need all the dials of that code in order to unlock it. A visual for this is, think that you enter a locker room. Every single business has its own locker, its own code. You don't know what theirs are, and it's not your business to know. It's your business to know your code, and your code is going to be different than everyone else's. But unfortunately, we commonly like to follow other people's suggestions and advice and plans, which is natural. We're human. We see things, we replicate it, we think it's going to work for us, and when it doesn't, we get upset. But I'm here to say that is not the path, because guess what? You're brilliant. You're really good at what you do. And there's more people that are looking for exactly what you provide, but they just haven't been able to, you two together have not been able to figure out that code that unlocks that articulates what you do so that they feel it, that shows the world why you're different and why you're worth what you do. A lot of us as business owners, we are leading the charge. We know our businesses, we're in it. But sometimes that's exactly what holds us back. It's because we're in a hole. We're digging. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves 6 feet in a hole. We look around, we just see walls of dirt. We can't even see the way out because we've just been solo drilling into this, trying to figure things out, trying to kind of push through. That is not how a code is broken. A code is broken by carefully, gently dialing things into place. And sometimes they are very subtle shifts, but they are so precise and they are so deep and thoughtful and intentional that it all happens at once. And so what this looks like is I was working with a client, Lee, who was a floral designer, and she worked primarily in the wedding industry. Her background was in tech. She took a huge leap of faith to move her floral business from a side hustle to a full-time business. And she had success the first year or 2. A lot of friends who got married used her. She did a lot of events, a lot of dinners. But at a certain point, she found that this demand kind of dried up. Her network dried up. And she was doing all the marketing things. She was releasing beautiful reels and all this content. Something wasn't working. So she came to me and we had to figure out, how does she break through the market? What is her code? And we found that there were very specific things that went into her code. One was actually her tech background. But we didn't start to say, hey, world, here's a florist with a tech background, because that doesn't resonate. We found that in her tech background, it was her operations experience. It was her brief role in sales when she was early on in her career, and it was her hyper organized nature that actually made her an incredible floral design partner. And those three words were really key for her messaging and positioning, because it was not just about the floral design that she was incredibly talented at, but it was her communication and relationship with clients. And she was fighting against an industry that was, pretty saturated. Her local area of Los Angeles had a ton of floral designers. Are you kidding? Los Angeles is huge. And all these wedding planners have florists that they like to work with. So typically a new florist breaking into the market is really hard. So she had to figure out what were her code like X factors and things that she could dial in that would make her stand out and actually bring in this demand. So what we did is, knowing that this was kind of her code, her as a floral design partner, and everything that went into her approach and her process, including floral design. Once we were able to articulate that and allow her to stand out and lead with this, all these other pieces started to fall in place to make her code work for her. Meaning that she started to make content that was a little different than the rest of the industry. And a huge part of this was her personality. She had a really fun, vivacious personality that wasn't coming through all of this content. She felt like that was not what people wanted. But in fact, this combination of her background, her organization, her ops way of thinking, her like vivacious personality, and her design work as a florist, those three combined created like this three-legged stool that was able to stand up her business. And after implementing this work together and getting the words right and tweaking things so that everything felt super true and aligned with this code that we identified, she signed 3 clients the month after. Three wedding clients. Do you know how big of projects those are? And since then, I consistently get texts from her being like, holy shit, like it was like magic what we did, because I'm consistently getting things. I'm now doing this huge conference that's like for a women's event that's super cool. I'm getting all these opportunities that I wasn't even looking for. I always thought would be awesome to do, but now they're showing up. And she's doing bigger and better weddings, and she's getting clients that are like, hey, I want you to totally experiment and totally trust her, right? It's like getting the right clients. It's these dream clients that she told me in our first meeting who she wanted to work with. Now they're here. That is what we do in the Brand Edit. And we do it as a group because you need other people to see this stuff, to unlock that code for you. And so the Brand Edit is 4 weeks together, and I am in your business. I am learning what you do and who you are. And it is a group format because we go faster as a group doing this work. You constantly have a space to ask questions and work on this stuff in between our live time together. Every single week, there will be a live workshop, and this is not a lecture. This is us working as a group. You are working with people. You are building relationships with peers. You are understanding. You are seeing that mirror. Week 1 is all about pulling out, like, what is that X factor that's hiding? If you haven't broken through the market, you don't actually know what your X factor is. So we need to land on that, and that's what we do week 1. During this time is typically when people have huge light bulb moments of, oh my God, wait, this is what I should name my offers. Or I think I should change my business name to this. Or maybe it's something existing, but they're like, this is the thing that I'm going to build for the next 10 years. And so we talk about trademarks, and we talk about protecting these things that you figure out and land on in week 1 with Colin O'Brien, who is a contract and trademark attorney for businesses. Colin is amazing. She's super sweet, awesome, excellent teacher. She'll be doing a guest workshop week 1, and you'll get Q&A with her. So to get Q&A with a lawyer who's typically like several $100s an hour is huge, because I want to make sure that what you discover in this program is also protected. It's yours. Now, when we discover this, it's like a beacon of light moment. And it's one of my favorite things to see with clients because you literally light up and it's like this thing that almost feels obvious or so simple, but it's finally uprooted and it's breathing and it has air. But how do you roll that out? And that's what week 2 is about. With Lee's positioning, like we didn't start to say she's hyper organized. She's a thoughtful partner as a floral design partner. You don't just say these things blatantly, right? This is the dance of messaging. And that's the dance that we do in week 2 together. And this is, there's a lot of creative practices for pulling out the right words. And this is where my creative writing background actually comes in. Think of how many infinite combinations of words there are to articulate what you do and who you are. We align on what is that unique string of words that articulates who you are, why you're different, and makes clients feel it emotionally. People make buying decisions off of emotions. It is basic psychology. So week 2 is getting your messaging together so that you psychologically appeal to your ideal clients. And we start to figure out, how does this look externally? Like, what is that first liner on your website? What is that bio in your socials? We make sure that whatever X Factor codes are working for you, that now you know how to get them out. And we will probably be talking about content in this too. Content strategy is a whole thing, but we will touch on how does this affect your content strategy, because often it's going to tweak it slightly. And it can be a really simple tweak that all of a sudden makes your stuff unlock, break through the market, and get that engagement and conversion, right? It's all about, we need to make sure this stuff converts. Week 3 is all about the visuals that shape these words. Because, we're not just like machines that talk to each other. We are visual creatures. Color psychology is huge. Visuals, though, are so much more than colors and a logo. Visuals are the type of photography that is used in your brand. It's the animations and effects that you use on your website. It's how content is laid out on posts. And no, it's not about using a template that does this, because if you use a template, you're going to look like 1,000 other people. So how do we translate your code into visuals? Again, this is where we start to talk about creative direction. We start to do a lot of vision work and like vision board, like not necessarily vision board, but week 3, we are also doing a lot of creative direction work. And we have a guest workshop from Abby Lee, an illustrator and designer. She is going to come in to help you understand how to shape some of these visuals and start to understand, do you need a huge rebrand? Do you just need a refresh? Or do you actually just need to tweak a couple of little things in order to make all of this work together? Because let's say for Lee, if she started to use this bold black and white look and feel, her brand would totally feel off. It would not capture her personality. If she used clean, luxury looking things, again, it would be totally missing one of the things in her code, which was her personality and this hyper organized piece of her that was operations focused. So we need to make sure your visuals capture all this good beacon X Factor stuff that we align on. Week 4 is when everything comes together. So you worked on the X Factor, you understand your code, and then you start to understand, how does that get articulated in week 2? And then week 3, how do you ensure that all the elements that go out on the outside of your business actually unlock this code for you and allow you to break through the market? Week 4 is about, how do you make this happen now that you know all of these key pieces and how they work together? So every single person will have a unique, personalized implementation rollout plan. You'll also have a guidebook that has all of these things that we worked on together in it. So a solidified mission, values, purpose, brand personality, brand tone, everything that directs your positioning, your messaging, and your visuals. This is like a golden goose egg for your business. You can use it with any brand designer, any website person, Let's say you have someone come in and make new social templates custom for you. They're going to use this. Let's say you make a new hire, they're going to need this. Any partner or hire you make is going to require this for that relationship to be successful. And after interviewing 30 brand designers earlier this year, I got that validated 30 times over. Every single one said they would need this type of thing from a client in order for that to be successful. And most clients think they know all these things, and it quickly becomes apparent that they don't. And when they don't, that means the relationship is not going to be as successful as it could be. And that some of the design work actually isn't going to be what the client really loves or wants because the client doesn't know what they want. So this is all about ensuring that if you do decide to rebrand, refresh, work with any sort of website designer, social media partner in the future, that relationship is going to actually be worth its investment. You'll also get a Q&A with my brand designer. So I've been working on my rebrand with Alyssa Nguyen from ATN Design, and she's going to be coming in for a Q&A with everyone. At this week, this is also the week that my rebrand is officially rolling out. So everything you see right now is technically slightly outdated because we just finished the website. We just finished the new look and feel. So everything's going to be launched, and you're going to get the behind the scenes of how I'm launching that rebrand. So if you do decide to do a full-fledged rebrand, you also have that support. You have a blueprint of how to do this and how to do it right so that you don't break trust with your audience. The key thing in week 4 is also visibility. This stuff is hard to talk about because it requires you to talk about the stuff that you haven't been talking about before. Whenever we start to find these new things in our business that are actually going to make us break through the market, it challenges us in some way. And I see it every single time. I saw it with myself. When I went through my own rebrand process, it did take some courage to say, yeah, this is my X factor. Yeah, these are the words that are going to separate me from the market. Yeah, these are the visuals that are going to do it too. And this is scary because it's new and I don't know how the market's going to respond. But I know in my heart and in my bones and in my blood that it will be positive and that I'm about to take a huge leap forward once this is finally out. And that's exactly what I want for you because this is about breaking through the market. And in week 4, we do a really beautiful showcase as a group where every single person is sharing something and we get to see each other in this new light where your code is dialed in, where your X factor is shining, that beacon is out. Okay, this stuff, I can't emphasize it enough. It requires some energetic support here. It's so exciting. It's probably one of the most magical things I ever see with clients. And I just can't wait. One of the also amazing things about this program is that you also get access to my in-network group of trusted designers and website people. So if you do want to do more design work and get kind of a custom look and feel for you, you have discounts and perks working with this trusted group of people. This trusted group I either know or have worked with myself. So I can attest that they are reliable, that they are really good at what they do, that they are worth whatever their price point is. They're all at different price points for different budgets. Some are very affordable, some are higher end and do like more like holistic custom packaging, stationery, like patterns, textiles, like the whole gamut. So there's an entire range. And they all have different signature styles because the designer, if you choose to work with one, whatever their signature style is going to affect your work. You need to know your creative direction before you approach a designer. Otherwise, they're going to make something that looks good, but it might not be what makes you look good. All the things in this 4-week brand edit program are robust, and I know it can feel like a lot, but we do this step by step together, and I release different resources each week. So this entire program is designed to allow you to break through the market. You get weekly workshops that are 60 to 90 minutes each, and then you have that 5th, like last showcase wrap up that's gorgeous and beautiful, and I view it as like an energetic ceremony almost. You also have office hours with me every single week, and I can always open up bonus office hours if you can't make that time. It's really important to me that you and I get live time to work together on your stuff in this. Yes, I will be reviewing stuff asynchronously throughout, but I need that live time with you too. Even though this is a group program, it's high touch for a reason. I get to know you, what your business does, and help you break through. And it's so important to me that we get that time. You will get resources for every single step of this so that you're not guessing, you're guided. You also get the templates for this, goose egg guidebook that we've talked about that you can use in your business for years to come. You will have Q&A with these guests who are excellent at what they do and they're high profile. You get coaching with me. I will be coaching you through this. You are not going to be alone or just be a number. Every single person gets personalized attention. You get this in-network discounts and perks to these designers and website people, so you don't have to go looking for them. So you don't have to guess and go through really expensive trial and error. You get community. You get each other. You will make relationships through this, and I hope that those relationships last for years to come. And then you will also get follow-up resources. So you want to do a full rebrand launch? Cool, I got you. You'll get a resource for that. You just want to refresh? Cool, we'll figure out your roadmap for that and make it really simple, step by step. You will be supported after these 4 weeks. And if you want to continue to work together after this, there will be super, super accessible, like even less than the brand edit options, so that you still have this community and access to me if you do decide to proceed with whatever work after, or so that you have a sounding board as you roll this stuff out. The brand edit, breaking through the market, is only $187 a week for 4 weeks. It is only $750 total. This is a steal, and the price will rise for future cohorts. For reference, I am $500 an hour for a deep dive coaching call. This is just a little bit more than that, and you get me for 4 weeks. You get like 20 times the amount of hours than that with me. You get this group, you get a ton of resources, and then these perks and discounts, you guys. Some of these discounts are like up to $700 off a brand design package. If you do know that you want to do brand design and have a custom look and feel and really stand out with brand design work, a new website, new socials, this program essentially pays for itself. I am doing this because I see this gap all the time with brilliant women like you. You're so good at what you do, but you need to figure out the words and visuals to capture that and to unlock this code for your business. This is coming out on May 6th. We start the week of May 7th. If you're listening to this a few days after, know that there will be a grace period, and I will catch you up if you miss any live workshops. Everyone will get recordings of every piece of this within 24 hours after the live call. You'll have access to recordings for 6 months after. If you ever want to go back and say like, oh, what was that stuff like the group told me or Sam advised me on, or what was that statement that Sam used when we were talking about like my positioning or X factor. So you will get these things for a long time to come, and you'll get access to the community for 6 months after too. And then again, you'll have different tiers of access if you still want to work with me or if you still want to work with the community in certain capacities. But you'll have this support for not just this 4 weeks, but for the 6 months after. I am so thrilled about this. I cannot wait to get in and learn about each and every single person in this cohort. There are already seats full, so there's only a few left. If you want to claim one of these seats, act now. The link is in the show notes. And with that, I'm Samantha Fackler, your host, and I'll catch you soon.